house, boy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Houston for semifinal number 1 in the SimWorld Hoops Race to 1. Southeast Select coming back from a trip late night on Tuesday in Los Angeles, here in Houston, playing against Asia Pacific, the 7th seed, with a pair of upsets over Best Coast Ballers and the Yacht Club. I'm Marsh, joined in the booth, double-decker booth with Siege and Rick Blaze. Siege, let's start with you. What are the keys for Southeast Select to advance to their second straight SimWorld Hoops championship game?
Well, 3 things real quick, Marsh. Trey Turner starts and ends with him. We all know that. He's the guy. Second is Southeast Select. The one thing they don't do so well on defense is protect from the three-point shot. That being said, Asia Pacific is not a great three-point shooting team, so I think it's who's going to win that battle. As Ty Newby has something to say about that one early on. And then lastly, it's Terrell Pearson. What are we going to get from him? He's been a little up and down all race to 1. If he can give us his best version of himself, they're going to run away with this game.
Ty Newby having no issues with that, and neither is Trey Turner as he buries the three-pointer. Southeast Select, the league's best three-pointing team on the offensive side, as you mentioned, the worst in the league on three-pointing. Rick, let's go to the opposite side. What's Asia Pacific going to have to do to keep this run going?
Hey, 3 really key points for Asia Pacific. Jacoby Reyes, Kai Newby, Stephen George. They need to do their thing. Those 3 guys need to do their thing in order for Asia Pacific to have a chance to pull out this victory tonight.
Another deep jumper. This time it's 5-3 Asia Pacific early on. Kai Newby with that first bucket. Newby averaging 16 points per game over the first 2 games of this SimWorld Race to 1 championship in Houston. Pull-up jumper won't fall. That's Stack Jr., Darius Stack Jr., the team leader in minutes per game at 24.1. Here's Victor Soto. He's been an integral part of the Asia Pacific run as well. Newby struggling to get any type of action. A step back 3. Can he get a second? He cannot. That's off the front rim. Rebound to Baldridge.
And Marsh, DeAndre Baldridge had a great offensive game in the last one. I know he's the better of the 3 6'10" guys they have when it comes to the offensive side, but he was really showing out in their last one.
Trey Turner missing his second jumper of the game. Turner had a quiet game against Showtime. Again, a game that was relocated to Los Angeles after Showtime returned to Los Angeles on Monday. Were unable to get back to Houston, forcing the number 1 seed in SimWorld Hoops to be a road team in the second round of the Race to 1. But Turner 11 points in the final 2.5 minutes of action, helping Showtime fall out and Southeast Select advance. There's a jumper there, a layup for Jinsong Deng. You want to talk about Deng being kind of an unsung hero. First 2 games of the Race to 1, Rick, you're talking about 7 blocks and 5 steals from Jinsong Deng, a guy who on the season has averaged just 1 block and 0.6 steals.
Yeah, Marshall, what I'm really interested in knowing is, can you say his name 3 times fast?
You betcha. Jinsong Deng, Jinsong Deng, Jinsong Deng. Challenge me harder, Rick.
Marshall, you are the man of Dangs. Apparently, you are the man of Dangs.
That's it. And there's another name for you, Gabe Pope. He of the All-Star Showcase nomination. Triple in the corner, 8-7 Southeast Select, their first lead of the afternoon.
And while I want to add this part in. Kai Newby looks like Shane Toussaint from Mortal Kombat. I just got to put that out there.
Could see that.
You see that? You see that, Siege?
I can see what you're saying there. I can get behind that one.
Top is Pope. Pull up 3. He wants another. Won't get it. Rebound here for Newby. Newby, the second leading scorer on the season, and was the second leading scorer in the win against Yacht Club. That would have been Jacoby Reyes, who led the team with 26. Newby unable to get that one to fall.
Newby's aggressive so far offensively. You know, Gabe Pope's been aggressive so far offensively, which isn't always what we see from him in his game, but I like it so far.
Okay, Pope rattling one home on the layup. He's got 5 early on, and You mentioned at the start, Siege, Terrell Pearson. He's certainly not the only one who comes off the bench for this Southeast Select squad, but in order for them to advance, you have to imagine it's going to be Pearson or somebody else. Insert name of a ancillary threat that kind of gets rolling on offense to support Trey Turner.
Absolutely, and a lot of times that can be Gabe Pope. He does have his games where he shows a little more, but if it's not Terrell Pearson, more often than not, you see it from Shake Travis. He doesn't come off the bench, but he's not a guy who's featured in the offense a lot, but when he can get it rolling, I mean, he's a dangerous threat.
Trey Turner rattles home his second. That man left unopened from beyond the arc is about as sure of a thing. Go ahead, Rick.
I know one thing about Apex, Kyle Newby is not giving a damn right now. He got his stuff, the ultra green light. He's trying to finish him in the first quarter. Kyle needs to slow down. Let the game come to him. Get some of his guys a shot and get settled in. But I like his aggressiveness. Oh, ooh. Shake it, bake.
Get that guy up now.
As in touching ground on that step back. And that'll be our first time out of the game. Asia Pacific down by 2, hanging around here early on. Trey Turner, a pair of threes. Gabe Pope with 5 for Southeast Select. We'll step aside, come back to Houston. Game 1. Race to 1 semifinal. We're back in Houston, Race to 1 championship semifinal number 1. Make sure you're staying tuned for the post-up between it, and then, of course, semifinal number 2 on the night. The Originators, suddenly red hot after a 5-game losing streak to close the end of the season. And Beasts of the East, owners of the best defense in SimWorld Hoops this season, square off with the victor meeting the winner here on Saturday at 1 p.m. Early on, Rick, we'll start with you here. Early on, you talked about Kai Newby needing to be an integral force here. He's 2 of 6, 5 points. Big part of that has been the defense of Shake Travis.
Shake got shook a couple of plays ago now. Let's call it what it is. But overall, Shake's been doing a pretty good job defensively. He's been playing solid defense all year long. I think Kai Newby just need to relax, get his teammates the ball, maybe come around a couple of screens and come back and get the ball again and get a shot off. Get a good shot off.
See Travis there on the bench. Wholesale changes for Southeast Select, and Terrell Pearson stepping in and hitting the jumper on his first shot attempt of the game. He has gotten good scoring numbers for the first 2 games of the Race to 1, but not on hyper-efficient games in either end. But here's a steal on the other end, getting rolling. It's Justin Solomon stepping in, getting some minutes here for head coach Brett Lee. Brett Lee finished 3rd in Coach of the Year voting.
Ooh.
Myron Murray, the winner, is an alley-oop attempt went fall.
An ugly dish.
Up inside, there's J.D. Reyes, his first jumper of the night. Asia Pacific hanging around here. Pulled the first upset over Best Coast Ballers, a team that was a bit of a shell of themselves since the departure of Mikey Williams. Foul called here on J.D. Reyes. That was some Pearson today. Got any keen analysis from either of you two mutes?
All right, Marsh, listen up here. I know you got a podcast used to talking all by yourself, but I can't always give you that space, okay?
That's why I'm not talking right now. I'm waiting to hear what you two have to say.
Well, I think so far we got a hot start from Southeast Select. We got guys hitting buckets. Gabe Pope is he's already almost at his season average for points, and we're in the first quarter here. I think that bodes well for Southeast Select, like we said. Trey Turner, we know he turns it on in the fourth quarter. He's the kind of guy who turns it up as soon as the game is almost over, and that's won them a lot of games. But I think the question for me is, if he's to go cold at some point in this game, we do see him disappear in the second and third quarters. And not disappear, but that's when his cold streaks tend to come if they do. Can guys like Gabe Pope, Terrell Pearson kind of hold them up? And so far, it's looking like Gabe Pope and Terrell Pearson should be able to do that.
Big Khalid, his first bucket of the game for Asia Pacific, coming in off the bench. 1 point game. Screen up top. That three's Pearson in for the two-handed slam. Pearson now has 5 points as he went one of two from the free throw line at that last trip down.
Pearson was obviously listening to Siege's keys of the game.
So was Kai Newby as he gets frees, enjoying Kadarius Stack Jr. no longer being on the floor.
The thing about Kai Newby is he'll have some games that aren't so efficient, but I think the thing is they've got a lot of guys who can do a lot of things on this APAC team, but they don't have a lot of guys who can create their own shot at the level that Kai Newby can. He's kind of their only, I'm going to go get myself a bucket. Everyone else, they need a bucket, they'll go to the rack, they'll get a screen, like we see there. But Kai Newby's that guy he's an instant starter on offense. He's one of those kind of guys, a Lou Will type, if you will, Jamal Crawford off the bench, except he starts. But I think for that reason, that's why we're seeing him be so aggressive. If he can get going and get his offense going, the team usually follows.
Questionable decision there from Terrell Pearson to pull up for his jumper despite the wide up and ran, and there it is. Into the paint. Great Khalid gives Asia Pacific a 1 point edge here late in the first quarter.
That's a great play.
And this is why APAC is always in every game, because they play smart basketball on both offense and defensive end. They're very rarely out of position. You have to beat them. They don't really beat themselves. So they're going to always be in the game. Good first quarter by both teams.
Late three-pointer from Southeast Select, and they've got a 23-21 game. We thought two defenses were here to show. Instead, it's the offenses taking center stage in Houston. Southeast Select on top, trying to cling on and move on to their second straight Simworld Hoops championship game. Meanwhile, APAC, led by Kai Newby, trying to spoil the party. We're back in Houston, Race to One Championship semifinal number 1. Asia Pacific trying to pull the third upset of the race. Would have to take down the top-ranked Southeast Select and Trey Turner to do it. And to the rack! Terrell Pearson is making a late pull for Player of the Year. He's now got 9 points off the bench in just 3 minutes and change for Southeast Select, filling in admirably here for Trey Turner, though Kai Newby getting in on the action as well.
And you know, March, I've said it all season about Terrell Pearson. I think he could be a number 2, even a number 1 on some teams in the league. But it's his ability to kind of say, I'm going to play this role and I'm going to play it really well. I mean, he reminds me of Mikal Bridges. He does a lot of things well. He's an excellent defender. He can score from all 3 levels. He can handle the ball a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised that he's going to get some offers from some other coaches around the league to come and be one of their center pieces. And if he, goes to college, he's going to be a great player for some college. He is a guy, and I think he gets buried in the fact that he isn't a starter a lot. But I mean, he is a talented guy. He's being looking at.
He reminds you of who again? What name did you say?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal is
Mikal.
Mikal, whatever you want to sell. Mikal. You know who I'm talking about.
You're not getting closer. You're not getting closer.
You know who I'm talking about. How do you say his name then, Marsh? How do you say it?
Michael. Quick.
Michael. It's not Michael Bridges. It's not Michael Bridges. I'll tell you that for sure. Mikal Bridges. Phonics. I took phonics in the 4th grade.
You're hooked on phonics. Pull-up jumper here falls. That's pure from Sinjin
Let me let both you guys in on a little secret. Last week we named crazy names for regular pronunciations. It's Michael. It just spelled crazy.
It might be that, but there's nobody that pronounces it. First, nobody's pronouncing it Mikal.
I don't think that's true. I think I've seen multiple people on broadcast, on live, on analytic shows calling Mikal Bridges.
I know some, but they're all white.
Someone else.
They're white, those people.
That's even true. I don't even think that's true.
They're white.
I've never seen you point me to one video of a black person calling him Michael Bridges.
Me.
Just get Rick on camera. We got it.
All right. Well, he's not on camera. Once you get me,
give us another treasure chest to hunt for. Stephen George on the board. Good defense and a dunk prior to it.
Can't have nothing around here, Marsh.
You gotta learn how to, I don't know, pronounce a name. Not Mikal. Stephen George on the bucket there.
Okay, that's not even valid. That's not even valid. It's a V, not a V8.
I took phonetics. Don't ask me. Pearson to the rack. 2 more. Purdue and Vandy among his top potential suitors. Timeout here for Asia Pacific as they've struggled to contain Pearson to start this second quarter. Remind you to stay tuned here to YouTube. SimWorld TV, the exclusive home, is here on YouTube. Make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing and turning on notifications so you're not missing a single moment of Race to One action. We'll conclude on Saturday, our 1 p.m. tip-off. The championship game winner here versus the winner of Originators versus Beasts of the East. And then, of course, next Saturday, we're in Las Vegas, Sin City, for the All-Star Showcase. Some representation. Southeast Select, Trey Turner, and Gabe Pope will be in attendance.
You never know, Marsh. Mikal may be there as well. It's Vegas.
Mikal Bridges. Speaking of people here, I actually got word and was able to talk to him for the game. Ren Losi is in attendance with his dad for the Heartland Zombie Stars. He let his teammates know he's going to come down, get to see a game live here for the Race to One. Kirby Ordway also in attendance. So we've got some guys who are here. I'm sure they're wishing they were on the court, but just kind of soaking in the great atmosphere we've got going on right now.
Tyrell Thompson, the Houston or H-Town Hoopers player, so he barely had to roll out of bed to get to this one. Home arena for them. H-Town, of course, lost in the opening round to Yacht Club. They couldn't use that home court advantage, though neither could Showtime Select, as they pulled some potential levers, you might imagine, to get that semifinal game.
Still couldn't win, Marsh.
That is Trey Turner.
You know what? I like it, though. I know my old coach told me if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Showtime tried everything. I'm surprised LeBron didn't get on the court and try to score a basket or two.
I heard that old motto you heard from your coach. That's Tristan Thompson's life motto also, so it works out well.
Gabe Pope, 2 more. Southeast Select back on top. It's also the analogy or the motto of late 1990s baseball.
Thank you. Shout out Gordon Wood.
You were keeping up with the Kardashians, man? See?
I used to be. I'll tell you what, I used to be.
Fine, used to. When did that era end for you, Trey Turner?
Right? Probably, I don't know, 3-4 months before I got a girlfriend.
Oh, you probably was a 2. Before you got a girlfriend, that's when you decided it was.
Wait, hold on. So you guys teach me something. With the girlfriend, you can't keep up with the Kardashians if you have a girlfriend. Is that the rule?
No, you can. You can.
Just on your own time. Just on your own time.
On my own time.
Trey Turner, 2 more, rising up. You know, Rick, to answer your question, I never got caught up with them. I've been left behind on that train.
I almost don't believe you.
I don't need to watch them. I have much better things in my life to do than watch.
You got 4 cats to keep up with, and that's wonderful.
I got what, 2?
You got 4
Mark
cats.
said he has his own version of Kardashians.
Yeah, keeping up with my cats.
That boy got some horses in. Mark, you got
Bring
some
a
horses
camera
in
in
your
if you want
stable?
some real entertainment.
Morris, you got horses in your stable?
I got 4 cats, Rick. That's what keeps me entertained.
Never mind.
Big spurt here from none other than Trey Turner as he's returned to the floor. 4 points for him. A finger toenail. There we go. On the line for that 3-pointer. Ended up being a 2. Gabe Pope off to a good start as well. Here's Shake Travis. Ball movement. Gabe Pope.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about pronouncing names right, why don't you, Marsh?
I didn't think that was actually how you pronounce his name. Gabe Pope on the floor.
Marsh, it's interesting so far. I know that both of these teams kind of have a tendency to wear the other team down. They play kind of at their own pace. Goes up in the 3rd, 4th quarter when they really take over games. With the body control there. But it seems like that's how this game's going. Both teams are comfortable playing at the pace that this game's been going. I'm honestly thinking this is going to come down to conditioning. Who's going to hit the big shots late? Who's going to be able to kind of keep that hustle and that mentality late in the game?
Do you think the high up-tempo start benefits one team more than the other as Gabe Pope is blocked on the layup?
To be honest, I think if both teams are not playing their style, which the high-tempo start is not either of these teams' style, that always benefits the underdog in these type of games.
Jacoby Reyes can't get the fading 3. Rick, what do we think? The high up-tempo start benefits who here?
I think these teams are. That's a good question, man. I want to say it benefits APAC because I think they have more scores on the. When you think about high tempo, you think about fast pace, you think about guys who can get out of transition buckets. APAC has the ability to get transition, not only 2s but middies and 3s, and the big fella's been playing good. I love the fact that APAC is in this game. Of course, I thought they're going to be in this game. I think it's going to come down to a lot of like what Siege says, but it's going to come down who can make the clutch shots in the 4th quarter. This is definitely a 4th quarter game.
Aldridge checking in here for Warnick.
Marsh, you know what I say about these kind of shots?
Go for it.
They're free. They're free. They're called free throws for a reason.
Well, Stack, a 61% shooter from the free throw line, is
You're going to miss this one, though.
hardly that. So he gets 1 of 2 to go. Timeout here from Asia Pacific. We're going to step aside. 2:22 to play in the 2nd quarter. Asia Pacific hanging around with the top-ranked team in the league. Chance to head to the Race to 1 championship game on Saturday.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished. Job finished?
I
don't think so.
Taught me.
Back in Houston, Race to One championship semifinal, Southeast Select holding on to a 3-point advantage in a game that we're getting exactly what we didn't expect to see. High-octane offenses, Asia Pacific shooting 71% from the floor, Southeast Select shooting 65% and 4 of 5 from deep. Siege, this is not what we expected from two teams known more for their defense than their offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we said, both teams very good defensively. Both teams kind of calm, collected. That's their game. They want to keep it at a certain pace. This has not been their favorable pace so far. But I think what that's going to turn into is it's going to turn into a game of adjustments. Which coach is going to be able to make those adjustments at halftime to the way the game's going, whether that be to reel it back to the pace they want to play at, or whether that's going to be let's make adjustments to play at this pace but better than they can.
Jacoby Reyes, we haven't heard much of him tonight. Quiet so far. Tries a step back jumper over Pope. That's halfway down and out. Pope, meanwhile, 7 points, 4 assists, just above his assist average, just a touch below his points average here in the first half as he's been hyper aggressive. Here's a 3-pointer from Shake Travis. That'll be their second missed triple off the front rim.
I think Asia Pacific should really be taking advantage of these missed shots because you never know. Especially we talked about it. Trey Turner, once the fourth quarter gets going, he's turned into a different player. He shows right back up as soon as that starts, no matter how slow of a second or third he has. So if they can use these kind of moments where Southeast Select is struggling a little bit and get ahead a bit, that little padding's going to help them.
Asia Pacific missed their last 2, make it 3 shots.
That was a foul. That's just a missed call right there.
No fouls called here so far on Southeast Select. Asia Pacific actually might have had 2 free throws. Gabe Pope gets a pin down screen. Jack Jr. High ball screen. Gabe Pope forces one up, can't get that to fall. Offense is suddenly going cold after that red hot first 14 minutes of action.
Pope's been working on his offense, man. I think he's gonna be a major contributor next season. He might even be the man for this team come next season.
3-pointer, Asia Pacific tied it up at 38. Nice on that one. Under 1 to play, 2-for-1 opportunity if they want it. Pull up jumper, yes sir.
That's too easy
Trey
for Trey.
Turner.
Can't give him that much space.
A man of 137 made 3-pointers coming into this season.
Dude,
Besides
that's
Dimidius'
crazy.
range too.
137 in a season.
He's shooting 66% from deep on the season. From the floor, he's shooting 56%.
And we get our
He's like
stats
the
guys. Can we get our stats guys to give me how many threes a game that is real quick? I don't got a calculator on me.
3-pointer won't fall, figuring it out over
Trey
halftime.
Turner, it's like the Dean Malenko of 3-pointers, the man of 1,000 threes. He's Dean Malenko.
Can't get the buzzer-beating 3 to fall, so it's a 2-point advantage for Southeast Select. Siege, Southeast has looked good offensively. Defensively, they have been completely out of sorts. Do you expect that to continue in the second half?
I really don't. I mean, Coach Brad Lee is an excellent coach, and I think he's going to make the adjustments. I think he needs to. Like I said, I think this is going to come down to a game of adjustments, especially with neither team getting to play their normal style of basketball. And because of that, if Brad Lee doesn't make some adjustments, I think that could really hurt them. But I do expect him to kind of put that fear into his team at halftime, kind of tell them, hey, let's get this going, because they are firing on all cylinders on offense. If they were playing half of their normal defensive game, I mean, this game would be a double-digit game at the moment.
Rick, we haven't heard much from Jinsung Dang in the first half. You anticipate more of that in the second?
Well, first of all, I'm not saying his name, but I think that well, we'll talk about it on the other side.
We're back in Houston. Southeast Select holding on to a 2-point lead over the 7th-seeded Asia Pacific as they look to punch their ticket Southeast to their second straight double-team comms championship game. Double team on Trey Turner. We're turning it over to Ron Yell. Yell's on the sideline. What are you hearing coming out of the locker rooms, Yell?
One of the many Reyes on this Apex squad, Coach Reyes this time, said that he looks for his team to wear down Southeast Select. He made a comment in the huddle that they do not have the conditioning nor the IQ to sustain this level of play for 4 quarters. We do. Back to you guys.
Foul. Thanks, Yells. Foul called on Stack Jr. Sent Stephen George to the line. Bit of a shot there at the claiming the mental fortitude there, Rick, considering Brett Lee, 3rd place finisher and coach of the year.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's asinine. Like, you got to go. I got Drayton 1, I got Brett Lee 2, and then everybody else can be tied for 3rd.
And so you said Drayton not even receiving votes, or well, at least wasn't in the top 5 for coach of the year.
I don't think he was on the ballot because he's penalized for the time he entered into the coaching round of St. Louis.
Is that you have
so I
insider
think
knowledge on that?
he wasn't there at the start of the season. I think he's penalized for that. But yeah, man, my man's in the Final Four, so you got to give him some love. You know, really quick, last point. You know, I know my man Coach Murray was talking about he beat the top 5 teams. Coaches, that's cool, but he lost to all the scrubs. So what does that mean? What does that mean? You lose to all the scrubs, though.
It means you're a scrub.
Bold take there, Siege.
Well, look. I'm just saying. You know, if we're talking purely equation here, that equation you gave me equates to being a scrub. That's what it means. That's all I'm saying.
So Siege is calling Coach Murray a scrub.
All right. Why don't you twist my words?
I'm not twisting any of your words. You said.
You know what? Actually,
you said if you can't
be
be a scrub, you are a scrub.
Well, look, all good coaches lose to a not so great coach every once in a while. It happens. But you know what? If you want to take it and twist it that way.
So you're taking back what you said before.
That's not. No, I said if we're talking purely equation, Marsh, you're twisting my words like a normal pod guy. You're twisting my words. I never said anything about Coach Murray. Rick posed the question. If you lose to scrubs, what does that make you? I said a scrub. If the shoe fits, wear it. And I'll say this, Marsh, early in the season, I was calling out Coach Velarde as the issue with awesome. If the shoe fits, wear it. That's all I'm going to say. Early in the season, I was calling out.
To me, the shoe seems to fit Coach Murray then.
Wear them.
Does the scrubs fit?
Wear them.
Siege, it sounds a lot like you're calling Coach Murray a scrub.
I mean, is he here today?
So now we're not even denying it.
Look, I never said those words, Marsh. I'm just saying, if you lose the scrub, you're a scrub. You're right, I didn't say it. But if you want to infer that, you can infer that. And all I'll say is that early on, I was calling a game with you. When I first said maybe Coach Velarde is the problem, and I got pushback from you and everyone else in the league. No, he can't be the problem. And where are we now?
You won't find you know where I stand on Coach Velarde. I have probably 2 long podcasts on it.
Yeah, I know where you stand on him now.
I didn't think you're the pushback that you're claiming came from.
Velarde is a gentleman and a scholar. Don't you guys
He's a great man. He's a great man. It wasn't a fitting guy.
He's a Zen master. He's the Zen master, damn it.
Asia Pacific trailing by 3. Step back triple to tie it up, and it will. Kai Newby getting that one done. Tied at 44 apiece. 2 teams that tend to struggle to break 70. Well on their way to that number.
The number 70? Yeah, they could get there.
That's what their averages are. We're just following equations. Teach.
Yeah, that's right. We're just following equations, Marsh.
Sending Stephen George.
That's his second personal third team foul.
And George to the line, went 1 for 2 his last trip. Shooting 77% from the floor. We're looking at some substitutions coming in here. Big question mark will be, does Trey Turner remain on the floor? And he's joined by Terrell Pearson.
Are we? We're 100% sure Stephen George doesn't have any Greek heritage.
I think there's plenty of Greek heritage, whether they choose to admit it or not. There's
Well,
I struggle to see that there's otherwise it's
salad
just
with feta on it earlier today, so maybe.
I mean, he's got a striking resemblance to a Greek that I know personally.
But you know personally.
Yep. I said Marsh.
Well, you've said a lot of things in the last 5 minutes that I'm not sure what to believe now.
Tell me which one of them wasn't true. Tell me one of them, Marsh.
Well, you haven't been showing an ability to live up to your word in these last couple minutes. Off the floor does go Trey Turner here for Southeast Select. Down by 1 now. This is the first Asian Pacific lead since the first quarter. Big three-point attempt off the back rim. And now Asian Pacific
I want to know which one of these teams.
Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
don't know which one of these teams, either Southeast Select or APAC, is going to keep their star and says, you know what, you're not coming out of the game anymore. We're gonna go ahead and put you on the court, and you're gonna play the rest of the game. I'm thinking
Reyes.
Southeast Select's probably got to be thinking that next, right? When Trey Turner comes back in, I believe he can't come back out, right?
You wouldn't think so, as Reyes' 3 is answered by a Coco Bryce layup, but we are not seeing Trey Turner approach the scorers table. But you are correct. It seems shocking that arguably the best player in Simworld Hoops was not on tap for 32 minutes of action. Here comes Reyes again. 2 more. Lead back to 4.
And Marsh, you've been the biggest component of these stars playing the whole 32. So far, these coaches don't seem to feel the way you feel, apparently. And what Trey?
Warnick for 2. I struggle to see how for one game in August, 32 minutes is debilitating to a player's. Terrell Pearson checks in, but no sign of Turner. Turner, mind you, isn't even the leading minutes getter on this team. He's 3rd behind Keandre Baldridge and Kadarius Stack Jr. So if you wanted a knock on Coach Lee as Coach of the Year, not playing Trey Turner more than 22 minutes per game seems to be a questionable decision. That's just one man's opinion.
I think if they lose, if they don't win it all, it's questionable. If they don't, it was a smart, rationing decision. Because, at least we saw Tom Thibodeau love to play his stars every minute of every game or close to that. And it didn't turn out well. He might just have Trey Turner's best interest in mind when it comes to his future.
One game does not change things, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but it's a slippery slope. You start doing that one game, the game goes really well. You start doing it every game, and then your team relies on Trey Turner being out there for 32 minutes.
It's a good comeback, Siege. I didn't think about it from that perspective.
Again, I'm not saying every game. I'm saying in the semifinal of the final tournament.
Put the moves on him,
Kobe
dog.
Reyes up and in.
Put the moves on him, dog.
Lead back to 3. Asia Pacific, they've hung around. Now they're striking some body blows on the juggernaut. Here comes Pearson to the rack to answer the right hook of his own.
Pearson has a really smooth game. He reminds me of an Eddie Jones type. Real smooth game, man. Just everything is smooth. It doesn't like he's going fast, but he gets by. He shoots the midi nice. He just have a real smooth game.
Love that calm.
Asia Pacific takes the timeout. Reminder, this is just one of 2 semifinals tonight. Stay tuned. 8:30, Beasts of the East and the Originators tipping off here in Houston for a trip to the Race to One championship game on the line. To be that one, you're going to find all of that action here on SimWorld TV. Make sure you are subscribing, turning on notifications, and engaging, of course, liking and commenting. YouTube.com/SimWorldTV, your only home for SimWorld Hoops action. And before that, you'll get some post-up action as well. So keep it locked in. SimWorld TV is not going anywhere. We'll step aside. 3:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. Southeast Select trailing by 1. We're back in Houston. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Asia Pacific, a little run here in this third quarter. Up by 1, leading by as many as 4 Siege. What are you seeing right now from Asia Pacific that's been so successful and the players that are doing it?
Well, Nubi, we know what he does. He's a great scorer. He's got 14, leading them in scoring. And then the two Reyes behind him are doing well. Jacoby's got 11. JD's got 9. JD's got 9 on he's got a nice 4 for 4 going. We call him Wendy's. He's so the guys are coming out there scoring. We know that was kind of a thing. How are they going to get going on this Southeast Select defense? But those guys are getting it done.
Rick, meanwhile, we've seen it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get to Southeast Select with Siege. What's in your 4 for 4 Wendy's pack? What's in your Wendy's pack, brother? What you getting?
I'll tell you what I used to get, but now they do the biggie bag thing. They do. You don't really get a choice anymore. But I always went with the junior baconator and the nugget. You know, a little frosty.
Okay.
Classics. I'm one of those fries dipped in the frosty guys. That's just me.
That's too much. That's too much.
I know it's the salty. It's the salty sweet. If you've never tried it, don't call me out on it.
That's called diabetes. Rick, how about you? We're seeing a good game so far. Terrell Pearson's been hyper efficient, as has Gabe.
Yep. Yes. So, my man Trey Turner got friends. He has help. Pearson has fits. Oh, there you go. Speaking of, Terrell Pearson is just smooth himself. He's been doing this thing. Gabe Pope has stepped up offensively, and this SES squad is really dangerous if they get 3 guys putting up double digits or more.
There's a jumper there. Right back, staying in it, is Asia Pacific. Terrell Pearson, 4 straight points. He's doing it in very limited minutes, too, off the bench, which has been his calling card for much of the season. Here's an alley-oop. 2 more. 3-point lead back for Southeast.
What I like about this APAC team is they don't panic. You score, you make a big bucket. They just stick to the offense. They stick to the script. They believe in their formula, and they just stick with it. And here's Kyle Newby for 3. I told you. Hey, you do your thing, we're going to do ours.
Newby tying things, or pulling within 1. Looks like that was a foot on the line as Terrell Pearson slides that one through. Pearson, 6 straight points. He has been incredible.
21 by Pearson right now.
Up to 21 indeed, Rick. Doing it on 9 of 11 shooting in very limited minutes. There's a forced miss there of Stephen George. That's Warnick on the defense. 23 seconds to shoot. Pearson going to work behind the back and in! Splits the defenders. Terrell Pearson. Red hot.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
Put the French fry in the slushy, baby.
No, that's not it.
It's not a slushy. It's a frosty, Marsh.
Beg your pardon. Do I look like a fast food eating man? That's a block there. Asia Pacific ball still with 0.9 seconds left. Great. Slushy's a 7-Eleven. I apologize to you fast foodies.
.9 seconds. 0.9. Gotta get it up.
3-point Newby gets it to go. They'll count it. Call it a 2. Asia Pacific not going away. They've put some body blows in on Southeast Select. They got a 4-point lead. Southeast rallied back. Terrell Pearson carrying the offensive load late in the quarter with no Trey Turner. And it's a 3-point advantage, 63-60, as we get another look at that Warnick block late in the quarter. 8 minutes to decide our first contestant in the Race to 1 championship game. 3 wins down is 8 minutes away from us. Can Southeast Select hold on? Can Asia Pacific pull another upset? We'll find out coming up next.
Well, Pearson getting jiggy with it.
To make it 2-possession game, and they will.
Definitely gonna have to go elsewhere.
Oh!
Fourth quarter underway now in Houston. Southeast Select 63, Asia Pacific 60. Winner moves on to Saturday's championship game. And a skyrocketed slam. Great Khalid kicks off what has been an explosive 3+ quarters with a skyrocketing dunk. Siege, Terrell Pearson has been the show so far for Asia Pacific as Trey Turner buries a 3. And he gets straight to my question. 25 points from Terrell Pearson in 9 minutes. We have not been hearing much from Trey Turner as we enter the fourth quarter, and we know what he's capable of.
I mean, look, the thing is, we talked about at the beginning of the game. I've mentioned it. Trey Turner, he has a tendency to just not be there. Come second, third quarter, he starts hot. He kind of goes away a little bit. Terrell Pearson came in, did his thing, and then he's going to show back up this quarter. When you look at his numbers, he was 6 for 8 going into this quarter. He's 7 for 9 now, but, I mean, it's not like he's missing shots, although he missed one there, but he just wasn't shooting them. So if I'm APAC, I'm a little bit scared of if he turns on that fourth quarter Trey that we know he can, this could get bad.
Sungjin Park gets a midi to go. Rick.
You're not running away from APAC, though. I'm telling you, they're very disciplined. They don't get fazed by your moves. They just come back and play their game of basketball. You may win the game, but you're not running away. You're not intimidating APAC. APAC gonna be here for the next 6 minutes, 30 seconds. I promise.
Pearson threatening to run away from everybody. He's now got 27 points on just 10 minutes of action. You want to talk about hyper efficiency? Pearson has been that tonight when Southeast Select has needed it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Those are ridiculous numbers.
Missed an opportunity to get to Turner. Finds him here. Three-pointer. Halfway down and out. Turner 1 of 3 shooting here in this fourth quarter. From deep. Newbie. He's got 18. Make it 20.
I'm telling you. They the stick around guys. They are the stick around guys.
Calm and composed. That's their game.
Butterfingers.
Well, they will take the boneheaded play of stepping out of bounds on the sideline there to their disbelief. Coach Reyes not pleased on the sideline. 2-point game, 5:45.
That was disappointing. Had a man down running the middle of the court. He could have tied the game up.
Stack finds Turner in the corner. 3 is good.
That's what happens. That's a 5-point swing, Smoke Marsh. That's a 5-point swing right there.
At least could have been a 6, depending on how Asia Pacific went. Trey Turner, pair of triples here to start this fourth quarter. Jacoby Reyes, pull up, won't fall. Rebound to Pope. Pope wants to push. Going to work against Jacoby Reyes. Pope can't get it to fall. Offensive board. Staying alive. 10 seconds to shoot. Pope going up again. And again an offensive board. Pope doing it himself here.
He can't give up offensive boards.
Aldridge. 2 seconds to shoot. That'll be Stack. Off the front rim. 3 shots, 0 points on that possession there from Southeast. Here comes Soto. The floater. Off the glass. Victor Soto having the tough task of chasing Trey Turner around this court. Offensively, have to imagine he's a little winded. He loses him there. Turner, 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. Offensive board for Stack, and no foul called on Kai Newby.
He got mugged. He was mugged, man. Give that man his wallet. Give his wallet back, man.
Yeah, maybe the ref put a future on APAC when this tournament started. Might have a whole new Shadow Legion story to go off of.
Step back, jumper won't fall. A second offensive board. A lot of contact underneath there for great Khalid.
Ref's letting him play. I'm not mad at it. Let him play then, ref.
We are seeing the refs allow these teams to be extremely physical in this fourth quarter. 71-68. Driving to the rack is Gabe Pope. Finds Trey Turner. Deep 3. Halfway down. Late in the shot clock. Siege, check me here. I don't think we had anybody hit the magic number of 69 on the dot yet.
Obviously,
at that time, Southeast Select went past it, right? Okay.
Yeah, they went right past it. So, I mean, Asia Pacific's got a big chance to get to the free throw line here to get a lot of momentum their way.
Completely changes everything. 3-pointer won't fall. What a follow-up. Jin Song Deng,
God
who
dang.
was the story of the Asia Pacific defense through games 1 and 2 of this tournament. Not been active tonight, but a big putback keeps him within 1. Trey Turner again trying to get free. It's Soto in his back pocket. Screen here for Baldridge. Down to the rack. 2 more. Timeout Asia Pacific. We'll step aside. 2:52 to go. Southeast Select 73. Asia Pacific 70. Winner moves on. Loser goes home.
Summer Kid season. Make 'em sweat.
2:52 to play in the fourth quarter. Southeast Select up by 3 on Asia Pacific. Winner moves on to Saturday's championship game. Loser's season is concluded. Rick, let's start with Asia Pacific. What do they have to do here in this final 3 minutes to pull upset number 3?
Hit their shots.
Sweet and simple. I love it. Let's move to the other side, Siege. Southeast Select. Trey Turner's been hot. 20 points, 27 from Terrell Pearson. Is it one of those two guys that they need to turn to, or are you looking elsewhere?
Oh, it's definitely one of those two, and as well as Terrell Pearson has played, we've talked about it before, we'll talk about it again. Trey Turner's that guy when the game comes to an end. I mean, he shows up in the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, like nobody's business. It's like, where has he been? He goes on a cold streak at the beginning of the fourth, and then there he is. So they've got to just find him, let him do his thing.
Well, Gabe Pope getting active on the defensive end, driving to the rack, gets it to fall. Pope, who started red hot, has been ice cold since then, but a massive steal and the finish. He's into double figure scoring, and the lead is up to 5. Alley-oop, though, on the other end, and Asia Pacific answers.
Never out of it, like Rick said.
You mentioned Trey Turner has a tendency to get hot. It was at this point in the game against Showtime. He had been struggling from deep. He scored 11 points in the final 2.5 minutes to blow open what was a very close game. We'll see if they turn to him here. Here's Gabe Pope trying to go to work. 3 seconds to shoot. He's going to have to fork one up. Gets it to go. 4 straight points, Gabe Pope. Says you don't need Terrell Pierce, you don't need Trey Turner, you got me.
Okay, Gabe.
He is him.
Abe Pope, again, he of the All-Star Showcase. And a pull-up jumper. Victor Soto, who again has been having the unenviable task of chasing around Trey Turner on the defensive end. Turner, pull-up three. Give me that.
There he is.
A sliver of space left by Soto, potentially from fatigue. And it's a 6-point game with a minute and a half to go.
Telling you, Marsh, he could literally, this would never happen because of who he is, but he could literally go 0 for 12 from the game, for the rest of the game, and then you get down to crunch time and he's going to hit his shots.
Halfway down on the Reyes three-point attempt and a chance to really move this thing up. Layup won't fall. Stephen George, who checked in just recently, gets the board. Must-need bucket here for Asia Pacific. Rick, where are you taking it?
Kai Newby, baby.
Victor Soto doesn't like the idea of that, and he's off the front rim.
Yes, that's his problem. That's his problem.
Pass though, Soto on the defensive end. He has again been playing some incredible defense in this one. Gets a much-needed steal. Swings it around.
Where's Kai Newby?
There's Kai
There you
Newby.
go.
Open three. Bottoms.
Took y'all so long.
You call, he answers.
Kai Newby sensing the bat signal arrives. Soto locking up Turner. Screen. Step back. Turner three. No, sir. Offensive board. Put back is good.
That was the offensive foul. He pushed off. That should have been a referee ain't been calling it though, but yeah, wow.
Darius Stack Jr., two of the biggest points of his season. We've got a timeout from Asia Pacific. 5-point game with 27.2 seconds to go. Rick, you said the ball needs to end up in Kai Newby's hands. He hits that big three to get him within three. Does he need to be one bringing the ball up here? Because we're not seeing him start the possessions. It tends to be going through Jacoby Reyes or Victor Soto.
Well, because of the timeout, they're going to get the ball half court, so there's no bringing the ball up. Just get them a couple of down screens. They don't come off, pop out the top, or pop out in the corner, get to the three, so they get down by 2. Now you got to play the ball game.
So you're looking to see him get the ball off ball. You're not seeing him take the inbound pass.
No. Give it to him off ball. Let the bigs do the dirty work for him. Let him pop out. That way we can conserve time and he can get a clean shot. Now the biggest part is not that. It's once you score the basket, you got to deny the ball for Trey Turner because he's gonna make his free throws. You want someone else that had a ball in their hand so you can foul him other than number 12.
Siege, real quick because we got 12 seconds on this. Shake Travis, should he be out there on the defensive end?
Yeah, you should. I think they need to have a long defense out there. You got to have Shake Travis out there. I think Gabe Pope, Trey Turner, and then you got to have 2 of your bigs out there. Whoever's got the most energy in them right now, that's what you need. You need guys with energy. We know this whole team is disciplined defensively, so who's going to bring the most effort?
Shake Travis does indeed check in. He'll be locked up on Jacoby Reyes, just above the 3-point line.
You can't take all day if you're Asia Pacific. But APAC know this. They're a smart team. I think they're going to get a shot out between the first 3-4 seconds.
Victor Soto. Kai Newby looks to be guarded by Trey Turner. Inbounds to Soto. Guarded by Pope. Three-pointer. Off the front rim. And the ball finds its way to Trey Turner. And the league leader in three-pointers who hit a massive three earlier could be going to the line. Looks are going to get to Gabe Pope instead. Pope, however, an 89% free throw shooter, heads to the line. Chance to push this thing to 7 points. No timeouts for Asia Pacific.
Well, right now his foot is over the line. I hope he changed that before we get this basketball.
Free throws here could seal this thing. No timeouts for Asia Pacific. Have to imagine that three-pointed missed from Soto might have been their last gasp as Pope hits the first.
He has a nice man bun, too. I gotta give him credit for that.
It's
Pretty
beautiful.
good man bun.
Just the type of analysis we were looking for. 7-point game, 20 seconds to shoot. Eating a bucket. Kai Newby, three-pointer. Off the rim. That's going to do it.
That's
Southeast
Blouses, baby.
Select hanging on here to head to their second straight SimWorld Hoops championship game. Trey Turner, big buckets late. Abe Pope, lockdown defense, and of course, Terrell Pearson with an explosive night, 27 points off the bench. Southeast Select moves on. The Cinderella story for Asia Pacific has reached its midnight conclusion.
Yeah, it's pumpkin time.
Dancing on.
It is pumpkin time.
Southeast Select, we'll see you Saturday. Stay tuned. The post-up next, and then semifinal number 2. Beasts of the East. Reed Redmond, Levin Cutler going up against DJ Wagner and the Originators. Keep it locked here. SimWorld TV. See the game. Be the game.
Semi-final action here in the race to 1, and we've got one team that's punched their ticket to the championship game here, and we're just waiting on the next one to come up right after this. Welcome to this edition of the Post Up. It is your man LOB here, and Maestro in the building today with us. How we doing, Maestro? How we doing?
Yes, sir. Let's go get something.
Let's go get paid, brother. Well, look. Southeast Select coming out here, handling business in what seemed to be a very much David and Goliath battle here. I mean, we looked at this APAC team, and not to say that they aren't a bad team by any right, but this was a game. I mean, the Originators, known to be one of the top teams in the league, going up against APAC, who the question was, could time and time again, could they continue their success? Throughout the first 2 games, they were able to do so, but this one, they came up just short.
Yes, and it's interesting because I was seeing a lot of messages earlier today and actually yesterday, even talking about how these teams were going at each other, how the APAC ride is over, blah blah blah, whatever, and it is amazing to me how short memory can be. And I get how people can look at stats and data and sort of look back on something and say, well, this is what it was supposed to be. This how it's going to happen because these are what the numbers say. But you cannot forget the eye test. It's about matchups. It's about what goes on the floor. And quite frankly, this particular game, the score is not indicative of how close it really was with the way the players were coming through. And we had to see Southeast Select step up in places they might not normally have to in order to kind of put some distance between them and APAC. What was interesting for me, LOB, is this. Ultimately, APAC played their game, right? Great passing, great movement, quick to the basket, quick to make decisions, really being super smart. But the idea of playing with another team that sort of has that same game, even though they're opposites in one way because of all the firepower that Southeast Select has. Southeast Select kind of has that game kind of sneaky in their pocket, right? So they sort of play, jab, and it was never a big punch landed until the end. And I believe, and I want to get this right, I believe it was the Blazer that said, these 2 teams like to hang in it, and get you at the end. Well, that's exactly what Southeast Select did.
And that's exactly how they do it. You know, they have so many. I feel like this is such a well-rounded Southeast Select team. I mean, you have the shooting of Trey Turner, you have the playmaking ability and the defensive around at least the perimeter of a guy like Gabe Pope, and then you've got the presence on the inside and Terrell Pearson. Terrell Pearson being a pure scorer in his own right. I mean, Keontae Baldridge, just this entire team, just all around, I feel like it's one of the most complete teams I've seen this season, right? And they did exactly all of those assets were on full display in this one right here. So Southeast
Yes,
advantage.
absolutely. You know what? You know what? I tell you what, I agree with you 100% on that, LOB, because this team is really complete, top to bottom. We just said all the names of everybody that they have. But I tell you, to me, the glue on this team has always been, every time I've watched him, like, and no, tonight was no different, is Gabe Pope. Gabe Pope manages to find a way to be where he needs to be and how he needs to be there, whether it's from the defensive standpoint or that occasional sneaky behind your back basket, right? That seems to get things done. And that is the sign of a player that has a super high game IQ, not just basketball IQ, but game IQ. Well done, Gabe.
Very much, very much. I mean, but for the most part, we could talk about Turners and we could talk about our Popes. But I mean, the way that Terrell Pearson played in this game tonight, throughout this entire race to one, but especially tonight, 27 points on 12 of 14 shooting from the field. I mean, it just seemed like every single time that he put the ball up, he was able to get a bucket. And in 12 minutes, no less. I mean, he absolutely balled out in that one.
Yeah, you need that guy that's going to put, as I like to say, and of course my boy Mood, of course my boy Mood loves. You got to put the bucket in the basket, right?
Right.
And he definitely does that. He definitely does that. In a lot of ways, and we've said this around the water cooler here at SimWorld Hoops all year, right? One of the most underrated, maybe I won't say underappreciated because we see it, but he's one of those guys. Terrell Pearson is one of those guys that he does such good without getting a lot of attention, because he plays with a guy like Trey Turner, maybe because he plays with a guy like Gabe Pope, who is a little bit more vocal and kind of fills everything up. But for a guy who's getting looked at, and I need you to fact check me on this one, I think he's getting looked at Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, and hit me up. I know it's the third school. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was, but a guy who's getting looking at schools that are, thank you, Purdue. Thank you so much for that. For a guy who's getting looked at those kind of schools that are sort of perennially in the chase, right? He obviously offers something that it's not like he's going to play for a sister slappy of the South and Northeast Dakota, right? So he definitely has that game. I just think because of who he's with and who he's playing with, he doesn't get the attention that he deserves. Super fast first step, really super fast decision maker, really good passer, though you don't see that add up in his assists because most of the time he's basically doing the haymakers to the bucket and making sure that his team has points.
Well, definitely, he showed up in this one tonight in a big way to help Southeast Select advance the final game here. But in order for them to even get into this position, we have to go back to what happened. I want to say, what is it, 2 days ago when we had our second round of games here. They had to go up against Showtime Basketball, winning 66-53 in that one. And I mean, that game right there. I think I seen it on social media. Someone's like, Showtime would be the only team to fly back to California to play one game in California for the race to one instead of it being in Texas. But Southeast Select showed them what it was, got the victory 66-53 in that one. The Originators picked up an impressive win against
Yep.
the reigning Trays. Very impressive victory, 75
Yes,
to
indeed.
61. One of the few games this entire race to one where a score was decided by more than 10 points. There's been a lot that's came down to the wire, but this was definitely a definitive win here for OGs. And
But
this is
something, LB, I'm sorry to cut you off, but look at this though. What was the first win that the OGs had? It was 91-70 something, right?
yes.
So they found, they are the team of all the teams, they are the teams that are sort of managing to, how can I say this? They're managing to sort of outlive not just the competition, but be over the median. They're the team that it's not, for the most part, their games are not coming down to the last few minutes, not the last few seconds. Decisive wins across the table, and it's like a lot of people doubted them going into. And please help me out with this one because I'm having a very senior moment. I believe the last six games of the season, everybody was like, "Oh snap, what's going on?" They went from being number one to eventually coming into the race to one at number three. Are they done? What's going on? Did they flame out? Um, all of that stuff, right? But then first game of the race to one, I believe it was a 91, I believe it was a 91, 70 something win. They're and again, like you said, their last game, 75-61. So it's kind of not surprising if you take out that anomaly that happened at the end of the season. It's almost as if Coach Dodge was saying, you know what? We're gonna drop the three just so we can have a different route to make, to kind of, get it done for you, right?
Exactly.
And as smart as she is, I wouldn't put it past her, right? No,
Exactly.
I'm joking. I'm totally joking. They never plan to lose because they were hot on the sideline. But they are a team that has shown not only can they attain that super large lead, but they can maintain it and take it all the way to the finish line.
Well, along with that one, we had the game that we just seen with APAC. The reason why they were here is because they beat the Yacht Club in an 81-73 victory. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it done tonight here. But I mean, just for a quick moment, we look at this APAC team who, like I said before, throughout this entire race to one, it's always been the question of, well, can they? Well, first off, could they do it? Right. And then it was
Right.
they need a little help to get here. And then they get their first win. And then it was the question of, oh, okay, well, it's the first round, but can they do it again? And then they did it again. So although APAC, if I were an APAC fan, I would not hold my head low at all. I would hold my head high. They had an
No.
amazing season. I mean, with
Yes.
them not even being in contention, they had to get some help to get here, and getting win after win and overcoming the odds. I'd props up to APAC and all those people down there in
100.
Asia Pacific. So
100%. 100%.
and with that one, we have our final game here. The Beast of the East defeated the Bad Boys in a crazy 55-54 game. I mean, that one, we talked about that one for a minute, especially those
Right.
2 days ago, but big win there. I mean, we talk about JoJo Kearney, the way he played, 11 rebounds, 8 blocks, which topped the game that he had beforehand, which he had 6 blocks in. So this Beast of the East team, as we get ready and get geared up for this next game here, going up against the originators. I mean, it's honestly a battle of this sort of high powered offense, right? Who can go out and has proved that they can put up points, putting up 91 in the game, going up against this defensive team who, as of late, is really starting to gel it together. And Levin Cutler has been playing dominantly throughout this season. So I mean, we're here now, so you know what I'm saying, Maestro? You know what time it is. It's time for us to post it up.
Let's
And
get
give me
it.
your 3 in the key for this game right here, man.
Let's get it. I'm posting up hard, elbows out, feet wide, squared up, hip going. Get it to me. So let's go and do something right here. All right. First of all, Beasts of the East, they have the hill to climb in this one. If you want to look at the numbers for all my statometric people, this is for you. So go on and get your happy face on. So the Beasts of the East, 67 and a half or whatever it is points a game, but they also give up what, 61 points a game. Close proximity. You talked about that last win being so close, 56, 55. But everything about Beasts of the East all season long has been timely. Timely. JoJo Kearney's last second block. Kaseem Porter, when he goes from being point guard to a facilitator with a really good pass, or that crazy point that happened when it's supposed to happen. And of course, definitely not last and definitely not least, between Fareed Redmond, get me right here, and Levin Cutler, their ability to sort of play off each other, both scored over 14 points a game. So again, the media guys cop out. I'm putting a quarter in the jar right now. You hear the dink? So here we go. Those guys need to come and be themselves tonight, but they need something else. They need to turn the fact that they are able to get rebounds, even though they were in the middle of the league in rebounds, per game. They need to find a way to up that tonight. And even though they don't have a lot of offensive rebounds, they need to turn those defensive rebounds into long possessions, keeping the ball away from the originators in order to turn those possessions into points. Because on the other side, and I know that was more than 3. I apologize. I'm putting another cord in the jar in a minute as soon as I find my pants. The originators score 70, nearly 75 points a game. But see, here's the deal. They give up about the same number on average that the beasts of the score. So what does that mean? The originators, they just got to be themselves. They got to do it their way. They're going to walk away with this win. And oh, by the way they ramped up the defense, their transition game during the race to 1 has been something like a freaking magic trick. Both offensive transition and defensive transition. Victor Ilgauskas with his 7-foot frame, God knows what his wingspan is, but he fills up the lanes very good, and he's not afraid to step out, give you that defense, and then come in and play it hard. And when you got a guy like Kadarius Loftus, man, I got to tell you, you got a guy like that that's willing just to get nasty with you all night long. DJ Wagner can just do his thing, and then boom, next thing you know, there they go again. 15-point lead. You smelling the smoke coming out their butt, and they're moving on.
I mean, that's just how it is whenever you look at these two teams. I mean, you bounce back and forth between the high-scoring octane offense of the originators versus the defensive prowess that has come alive here in these past couple of games for the Beast of the East. I'm very much excited this one. But Maestro, real quick, if you had to pick a SimWorld all Cancun team, meaning everybody that's been eliminated and chilling in Cancun with us right now, if you had to pick 3 people to be on your team, who would you pick?
Let's see, who's been eliminated? Oh, brother, who's been eliminated? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna have to go with Kai Newby just because it's Kai Newby.
Right.
I like what he does. I'm gonna pick my boy Trey just because he's number 2 on my dirty list for the season. Yes, I said number 2. Everybody thought he would be number 1. Trey Hyman. Sorry, Trey Hyman. Everybody says but he is my number, even though he started it. I gotta pick him. And if I'm gonna go further, and you know what? I'm just gonna say this for what it is. When I sort of look at the way that I'm gonna see like the way the season is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say Corey Yams? Maybe. I kind of like it. I'm gonna stay with it. I'm gonna keep it.
My last pick, I'm just gonna throw up Coco Bryce. All right, I like his game. I like who he is, so I'm definitely throw Coco Bryce in there on the team. But you got a great matchup coming up next year: the Originators and the Beast of the East to wrap up the semifinal round of the Race to 1. Loser goes home, winner stays on and plays for the championship rights. Don't go anywhere. Coming up right after this, it has been the Post Up with LOB and Maestro. Stay tuned on SimWorld, the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
Be the game!
SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everybody? This is Big Bob.
And this is Elava.
And we are the co-hosts of Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
Around the Table is the SimWorld Hoops podcast where Big Bob and I give our takes on various sports around the world.
Make sure to tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to hear our takes.
And don't forget to join in on the conversation with us on Discord at discord.gg/SimWorldNBA.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube at SimWorld4K. And as always,
see the game, be the game. Later, folks.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Houston Race to One. I am B-Ron alongside with me are Sam and Rick Blaze tonight. And boy, one game left, gentlemen. Who is going to go on to face Southeast Select? We're going to find out very soon as the Beasts of the East battle the Originators. Gentlemen, how are you? Sam, lead first.
Hey, we're doing great, B-Ron. It's the Race to One semifinals out here. This game decides who's going to the championship. We just had a crazy game that happened. Terrell Pearson at one point had 25 points in 9 minutes. I mean, oh my God. Things getting crazy out here. Crowd's electric. We're ready to go.
Absolutely. And Rick, how are you after being on that first game?
Oh, that's saucy right there. There goes Strawberry. That's my man Strawberry I was telling y'all about. Kasim Strawberry Porter. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good.
Good, man.
I'm excited. I like your energy, Sam. I like your energy, real talk.
Oh, yeah.
Kamari Ward throwing it down. We saw the Engager of the Year in SimWorld, Tim Porter Jr. Newcomer of the Year. Tim Porter Jr. get that lay up the start, and then Kamari Ward getting himself on the board as well. Two quick buckets, flashy in their own right buckets as well, gentlemen. Could be some things to come.
Yeah, and we're going to see if the refs let this game play out. That was a foul. That was a no call. Last game, refs let the guys battle it out. I respect that. So we'll see what kind of game the refs are going to call tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Rick. We saw last game especially. Those refs really let those guys play. And I don't mind it, really. I don't mind seeing it's a physical bowl. So I'm all for it.
Definitely not. I don't mind either. Look, sometimes it's good to see it. It reminds us of the old
look at this!
Basketball. My goodness. JoJo Kearney. JoJo Kearney getting the dunk here, getting things going for him. And Sam, what are you looking for the Originators?
Well, I gotta say, B1, I think the Originators as a whole here really have the advantage on this team, and I can't be saying that for too long because no Kearney, not letting the Corson gals do anything.
No.
My goodness. And but wow. Sam, I think you were gonna finish saying your thought.
Yeah, sorry, I got cut off there by JoJo Kearney. Anyways, I think this Originators team, great shot there, is that DJ Wagner. This Originators team has the full-on advantage here. I think they just need to play their game, and they'll be good.
Definitely. And Rick, what about you from Beast of the East? What are you looking for from them?
I think I pick Beast of the East to go to the championship game. I think they have a lot of offensive weapons. They can kill you from the inside. They can kill you from the outside. At the end of the day, I think that's going to play to their advantage. But we'll see. Kamara Ward's been playing really good for Originators as of late.
Both of these teams have had a lot of key players. There's a huge block. JoJo Kearney once again sending images to the block party. And there's an and one. Levin Cutler getting the dunk after the pass from Fareed Redmond. 2 points and the foul.
Holy cow, the block on one end by JoJo Kearney swats it into the floor. Levin Cutler comes down and one dunk. It's crazy here tonight.
My goodness,
I know it's only 8 points by Beast of the East, right? I know the score's only 8-5. But doesn't seem like the Beast 8 has been a really loud 8 points. I feel like it's been a really loud 8 points that the Beast has jumped out of. I think
definitely agree with you there, Rick. It has been a very loud 8 now, with 9 points for Beast of the East to begin this one. And 247 Sports said that JoJo Kearney is one of the most impactful players in the league, and he's certainly made an impact here in the Race to One, especially in their last game. Yeah, especially in their last game against the Bad Boys basketball, when JoJo Kearney blocked Lorenzo Phenom's final shot of the game to get them to this game here against the OGs.
Oh,
wow.
And there is a unfortunate mistake there. Gotta realize where you are on the court. A little bit of miscommunication between Ogauskas and Wagner on the handoff resulted in a
that wasn't miscommunication. There was somebody not knowing what they had on the court. Kids, that's how you not use your brain.
Redmond for three, no good.
Man, Redmond short on the three there. We saw that last game in the beginning. He had some short threes, kind of hitting front rim, little dead legs going on. Hopefully we don't see the same here tonight, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we don't. And really quick, gentlemen, impact players for this game, or players who you like to make an impact besides the main star player, besides Wagner, besides Cutler, besides Kearney, for example? Who else are you looking for? Both these teams step up. Rick, you first. Piece of these.
The guy Dane Strawberry, senior junior. I think he's going to make his impact and presence known on this court tonight, and that's who I picked for Beast of the East. He just lost his man. His man just dunked at Well, players messed up too.
Said nothing, Rick.
Players messed up too, B-Run.
Hey, look, it's tough to guard DJ Wagner, but Sam, what about you for the OGs? Who are you looking for as an impact player that's not named DJ Wagner?
For me on the OGs, Kamari Ward's been playing great recently. Such an athlete, so quick. It's hard to stay in front of him, and I think we're going to see a lot of that here from him today.
We have seen Kamari Wood really burst onto the scene here in the race to one, and that's one of the beauties of these tournaments is you never know who you're going to see make big plays that hasn't had a big role in the regular season, or it just came out of nowhere. And Ward is one of those guys who definitely come out of nowhere in the race to one and make the kind of impact. Cutler in the post going to work, getting protected by Tyrone Snyder as Wagner goes to scoop it up. Now looking to get out of transition. Maverick Jackson Jones. No reverse layup for you. Yeah, not one you want to try there in that spot. Porter with it inside, not able to get it to go. Here early on, gentlemen, we've seen a lot of great action here to begin on a fast pace. Emphatic plays from both sides. And emphatic, there is another dunk from Kamari Ward. Can both these teams keep this up?
That's what I've been talking about, B-Ron. I told you Kamari Ward was going to come out here. He's going to be too quick for Beast of the East, and we see it right there, blown by the defender for the jam. What a play.
Sure did, man. You sure did. Gentlemen, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is going to stay at this high-octane pace the rest of the way? Stand me first.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these teams seem like they came out ready to play, and DJ Wagner ready to play as he knocks down the three. But these teams, yeah, they're gonna go at it all game. I think it's gonna be a real good competitive one here, and I'm excited to see how things go down the stretch.
There's a timeout.
I'll say this.
Go ahead, Rick.
Originally has been making everything tonight. This looks like the last game where they scored 91 points.
Absolutely, they have been hot.
You got to be aware if you beat these.
Yep, we're gonna take a quick break. Come right back. 1:39 left to go in the first quarter. Welcome back, everyone. 1:39 left in the first quarter of play. Originators up by 2, 15-13. We've seen an action-packed, jam-packed, no pun intended, first quarter here, gentlemen. And, boy, it's only going to continue. There's a Marion Goodyear takes a foul, makes the bucket, and get a chance to give the Beast of the East a lead here.
It seems like everyone showed up to play tonight, guys.
Yeah, most definitely. And you know what? That's the energy that this environment has. Again, this is the final spot here on the line to see who's going to go on to face Southeast Select on Saturday for the Race to One championship. Time to see who becomes the Legacy Conference champion. Go ahead, Blaze.
And I just want to say, if you're Quinny and you wearing that color hair, you got to foul harder than that, brother. You got to give a better effort on the foul with your hair that color. I mean, you got to.
Great pass out. Quinny from the wing. Good.
What a pass there from Kadarius. Just got the defense skating out there. Gets up in the air, throws out of the corner. Jared Quinny for the three on the wing. That was great.
Yeah,
Sam, that was a terrible pass. That was a terrible pass, Sam. You should have never passed that ball.
Hey, Rick. Jared Quinny hit the three with the hair color. Give him the credit, all right?
Fair enough.
As Kadarius Loftus getting himself going. 2016, OG's back out in front here. He saw a slim lead there, but it lasted all of half possession, if that. Quinny, more defense this time. Not allowing the basket. Good defense there on Goodyear.
Has anybody nicknamed him the human snow cone yet?
Oh man!
Ice him down, snow cone man. Ice him down.
Well, you were in that one.
You know what? It wasn't official before. I guess it is now, right? With that hair, everything. I feel like gotta make it official at this point, right?
It's the ice cream man.
Great fade away from Levin Color. Isn't that one to fall? I know you said, Rick, the other day that there weren't any pretty fadeaways. But I think that was a pretty looking one right there because it went in.
Yeah, you're right.
Final second of the quarter here. Shot no good to end the quarter, but a fun first quarter here. 22-16. Originators out in front. We'll see how the rest of the second quarter goes and see if Beast East can get back in front. Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter. Getting ready to begin here very shortly. 22-18. OG's out in front. DJ Wagner leads the way for them with 9 points. Meanwhile, for Beast of the East, it's Levin Cutler. 11 points for him leading the way.
Yeah, the Stars have shown up tonight. 11 Cutler, 11 points in the first quarter. DJ Wagner here for OG, 9 points. Trying to up his total here at the free throw line. These guys came to play.
Absolutely. Derek Busk called for the foul. Wagner's going to go to the line for free throws, try and get himself to 11 points to match Cutler as well. Man, Stars are out here in full force tonight, gentlemen.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
What's that saying, Rick?
All that
Big
night,
and bright?
or
Yeah, that
big
one.
and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Kids are out here giving it their all, as they should be. This winner go home time as Wagner gets the first free throw to go. And wait a minute, is that 50 Cent? It is.
Oh no, many men.
50 Cent just walked into the building, everyone.
I gotta go grab my vest.
The only shot that'll be seen on the court here tonight, I am.
Let's hope so, B-Ron. Let's hope so.
I am hoping
We
that is the case.
don't want no above the rim point. We don't want above the rim point too.
Yeah, and we stacked up the security here at the Symbol Sports Arena tonight. I think we're all going to be all right, but who knows?
Who knows, man? 24-18.
Nobody name here better not be no birdie. I'm out of here.
I do know this has been a good game so far, and I'm glad to be on the call with you guys for this one, as there's a missed three-pointer, and the OG's bringing it up the court. Snyder here with it, and I don't think he should have the ball right now, and here comes Wagner up the court. Game to Loftus, no good.
See, Isaiah James on the rebound. He's played some great defense here in the playoffs, and he's done it this game, getting to the line there.
Snyder gets hit with the foul. He blocked the ball, blocked the shot. It almost ended up in points anyway. That would have been a crazy sequence of events right there. Luckily, no points for them, though. Doc Ock going to go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
I mean, look at these bigs for originators, though. I wouldn't go in on these guys. These guys are massive.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You got Tyrone Snyder. I mean, that dude's just scary alone. You got Kevin Sullivan down there. I mean, dude looks like he hasn't been on a diet in years. So, these crazy big dudes down there. I mean, you got Ilgauskas at 7 foot, 271 at 16 years old. Come on.
Right. That's insane. I don't know what it's like to be tall. Okay, myself. But like that has to be. I have no words. Like I said, I don't know what it's like to be tall. There's no words for that. It's insane to be 7'2" in high school. You know, like are you done growing at that point? Are you done? I think you should be. Kevin Sullivan, though.
Planters, anyone?
He may be big, but he can get off the floor.
Getting himself up, throwing it down with one hand. 26-20. OG still out in front. We talked about the height that the OGs have. Oh, man.
That's about a 7 still.
That was about to be top 10 plays of the playoffs right there, number 1.
Man. Ooh, it got the block. That's no block if it goes in. That count both ways. Sullivan, more points for him.
JoJo Curdy got a hand on that one. Still goes in.
Kevin Sullivan still found a way to get that one to go.
Sullivan played like a
Johnny Ball winning that one, I
at
guess.
the park.
Yeah, he does, bro.
He's like really good, really strong. He plays like that kind of guy.
Yeah. Isaiah James getting himself on the board here again. 28-20. We talked about the height earlier about the OGs, and do you think that I know the Beasts have Cutler and they have JoJo Kearney, but do you think that the height inside is going to deter some of the Beast guards to try to get inside at any point in this game?
What you think, Rick?
No, I think they got to just play their game. I think at this point, you got to where you are this season, this far to the Final Four by being you and being true to yourself as a team. I think these teams going to be true to themselves. Matter of fact, the first team they can have the other team not be true to themselves probably going to come out as a winner.
I gotta say, Rick, I got a little different perspective here. I don't think that this Beast East team has faced the physical prowess that this Originators team has. These guys not only got the height, but they got the massive, they got the weight advantage. We see Kevin Sullivan here showing us a prime example.
Yeah, fought through the contact from Busk, as he probably should have. Missed the shot, grabbed his rebound, and now gonna go to the free throw line. So effort does indeed pay off.
Oh yeah, sure. Sullivan isn't 37 years old. Am I seen a birth certificate? You see my man numbers. I didn't see his chart.
He got the old I am 12 on it, written in crayon.
Well, Sullivan is listed here at 17 years old. For what that's worth. Replace.
In dog years.
17 years old from New Jersey. And hey, man.
He's a dog, all right, Rick. He's been battling down there.
Sure has. 5-minute mark here of the second quarter. 30-22.
Coach.
Good cross inside.
Leonidas, right? I thought we might see him throw it down on Ilgauskas there. We know he's got the hops, but great quickness there to get to the rim. What a play.
Yeah. Great job there from Leonidas Wright, getting by his man on the way to the cup and finish it.
Ilgauskas is at the top of the key. That's disturbing.
You know, we've seen him do a lot of that. Oh, and you've seen Kamari Ward do a lot of that in this one so far. 32-24.
Yeah, I gotta put this out there. I don't know if you guys heard on that possession. The PA here in the building, they had mini-men playing. They know
Sure
50
did.
Cent's in the building here tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, I know he's there for sure. And there's Freed Redmond and the jumper.
Mini jumpers.
Yep.
Mini jumpers. Mini jumpers.
Redmond has been absolutely clutch
Foul down
in
from
the tournament, and you know, all of the season as well. And you know, we've seen a lot of that from him. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of clutch moments in this game too, and this one goes on. There goes Kasim Porter.
Great shot.
Yeah, like you said, for Fareed Redmond, really, I want to see him get going early here. We've seen him get going late in all these games, but in the playoffs, he hasn't been getting able to get going early. We need to see him in the second quarter, last 3 minutes, be aggressive, get some shots up, and get him to go.
Absolutely. Definitely want to see a lot more of that, and attacking the rim. Throwing it down with one hand. Leonidas Wright.
That's what I've been waiting on right there. I thought it was going to happen earlier, but we see it right there.
Makes it a 2-point OG lead, and Rick, the Beasts have been doing a great job of responding, having answers to everything pretty much that the OGs have done so far in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a back and forth game. If you're any one of these teams, you just want to keep it close to the fourth quarter. I think the fourth quarter is when you start, the fatigue sets in, and you start seeing guys' true heart. You just want to keep it close to the fourth quarter, that anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this point in the season, in the run, the race to one here, if you can hang on to the fourth quarter, you have a chance. Cuddy Zoe got that one to go, and Kamari Ward responds.
Kamari Ward has been killing. He has a very Kimball Walker type game for me.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, tit for tat with the 3-pointers there. And if you all are enjoying here on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Keep involved with us here on YouTube. YouTube.tv/SimWorld or SimWorld. Yeah. YouTube.com/SimWorldTV. I got it right.
Pick up, B-Ron. Come on.
The only place here for Race 1. Look, man, I'm so excited. My mouth's moving fast and my brain is, man. You know how it is.
Hey, I know how it is. Hey, I got to say, talking about excited, these players got to be excited. These guys got to feel like stars here tonight. We had all of our players today here in the semifinals get chartered to the arena tonight. They got the service on deck. These guys are definitely feeling like they're some pros right now.
Yes, sir. And that's got to be a great feeling, too, as a kid, getting that special treatment, you know? Have you guys ever had that feeling where you go to a place and you're like, man, this is what it's like?
Oh, yeah.
As growing up.
All the time.
When you get those opportunities like Leonidas right on the lob.
Top.
Hey, just like Leonidas after that one. hey, when you get those opportunities where you're kind of able to show out, you walk with a little extra swagger, but you got to act like you've been there before. So, we're seeing a lot of that from here tonight from these guys.
Right.
Oh, they got to shoot jump shot. OG's in trouble. They start doing this kind of stuff.
Sometimes, and we've seen from Nogowski over the course of the season as it's gone on, he seemed to want to show more of his talents, if you will. Dribbling out here at the top of the key around the perimeter.
You need to show your talent and defending that paint.
Reed Redmond getting the dunk and tying this one up at 37. Getting down to nitty gritty here of the first half. Momentum is going to be big coming into the second half and down the stretch here. What are you both looking for from these teams?
Hey, I'm just looking for the same old like JoJo Kearney showed us here. No.
Hey, get that out of here. There's Cuddy Zoe once again hitting. Rick plays in the final minute here. What are you looking for from the Beast of the East to try to maintain or go into the locker with some positive momentum?
I think Beast of the East needs to slow it down and not let this momentum the Beast of the East need to keep running and the good defense. Originally, they need to try to slow it down. They're getting momentum lost right now. Beast of the East trying to take over real quick. Get this momentum swing.
Yeah, you cannot let them find their groove, and if you do, it could be a problem. The three-pointer in the corner, no good.
I like how these teams are playing right now, though. They're both playing hard, and the game's close, so that's all we can ask for here. Some entertaining basketball and a dramatic finish. Hopefully we get it. I'm loving it here tonight.
Absolutely. Final 20 seconds of the first half. Ward inside! My goodness, Kamari Ward! Unbelievable.
Oh!
I got no words, man.
I got no words. I'm speechless. I'm done.
Look, we're going to need to find some more words, I guess, because we still got 2 more quarters of this, man. Final shot of the half. Good! Three-pointer goes from Cuddy Zoe, and that sends us to the locker room with a 42-39 Beasts of the East lead. Boy, it's been a back-and-forth fun first half, gentlemen.
Wow, what a first half we just saw there, huh, guys? I mean, these guys are going at it hard right now. We're seeing a hard-fought game. Cuddy Zoe in that first half there at the buzzer with the three-pointer. I'm loving what I'm seeing from both sides here. They're both playing to their identity. I like what I'm seeing.
Absolutely. And Rick, what are you looking for? Rick, what about you?
I like both teams looking good. I want to see the big fella for OGs in the paint a little bit more. But overall, I think everybody's kind of working it out. I think they still filling each other out a little bit. Pause. I think the two teams are still trying to figure what each person's going to do. There's a lot of counter reactions and things like that. I think once this third quarter start, you kind of understand what's going on. And fourth quarter should be a blast.
Yeah. Counter punch for counter punch here in this one. Beasts of the East and the OGs battling for that final spot in the race to 1. We'll see who's going to get it in the second half. Welcome back, everyone. Third quarter, second half, getting ready to begin. 42-39, Beasts of the East out in front. And gentlemen, we saw a fantastic first half of play. Levin Cutler in the second quarter, though, disappeared. No points for him in the quarter. I think that's going to have to be an area of concern for Beasts of the East to begin.
Absolutely, they got to get Levin Cutler some more touches here. Like you said, no points in that second quarter after having in the first quarter having 11. Look for him to get some more touches for him here. But both of these teams have played really well. We're seeing the best of everyone here tonight for the most part. So I'm loving the ball we're getting here tonight.
Absolutely, and Rick, we saw Kamari Ward have a great second quarter, as well as Cuddy Zoe for Beasts of the East. Those two are all, I think, going to be important as well. What do you think?
I mean, they came alive in the first half. Helped this team out again. Like I said, Beasts of the East have so many scores in this team. Good block. You try to say that?
Let's go to Originators.
Oh, wow.
That's why you try to say it. Okay, now it makes sense. The Beasts of the East got a bunch of scores in their team, man. So you always got to be on the lookout for them because any one of those players can get hot.
Maverick Jackson Jones checks back in for the OGs. And yeah, great block there from Ilgauskas, and Cutler tried to save it. Unable to do so in time, though.
I think now, the OGs, we're going to see Ilgauskas get a little more involved here offensively in the second half.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you guys were the coaches for these teams, what kind of changes are you looking to make coming out of the locker room? Oh, wait a second! DJ Wagner. My, oh my.
Wow, I mean, the only changes I'm making is to my pants after that one. Holy cow!
Oh, Tyrone Snyder sending him back. But, Blaze, what are you looking for Beasts of the East for changes, in your opinion?
The defense has stepped up. This is how I'm sorry. The Originals defense has stepped up.
Oh my God!
Let me just be quiet. I ain't got nothing to say. Back to you.
I think you were trying to say both these teams' defense have stepped up big time over the last, couple of possessions, which you're absolutely right. And, Beasts of the East are known for their defense. They are the number one ranked defense in terms of points allowed this season per game.
Rick getting cut off by the block party out here right now. Oh, Gauskas on one end, you got Kearney on the other end. Everyone is sending it back right now.
Yeah, man. I was bringing a fifth of my favorite beverage with me, the block party.
Yeah, these kids are not going to let us get any kind of analysis, any kind of words in, man.
Here we go.
Kasim Porter. One-handed flush.
This one's been action-packed. We've seen highlights everywhere. Offensively, defensively, we're going to see one more.
Oh!
No!
It's a highlight.
We were about to see one of them. DJ Wagner.
Got 5 on 4. Make them pay.
Corner three ball's good. Leonidas Wright. Leonidas Wright gets the 3-ball to fall. 47-41. 6-point lead here for Beasts of the East. Mari Ward. Ward can't get it to go. Now Porter with it. Inside to Cutler. Again, Cutler, no points in the second quarter. Still no points here.
Hey, Tyrone
He's going to have to
playing
get
some good post defense down there, not really letting anyone get some easy shots. We've seen him have a couple block shots down there. He's doing a great job here for OG.
Yeah, but you're going to have to find a way to get Cutler active, open on the offensive end. How do you do that, Rick?
You're going to have to give him some space. I thought Wagner should have shot that. He had a one-on-one ISO in the corner. He should have took that one-on-one action right there. I'm surprised he passed it off.
Attacking and scoring again is Leonidas Wright. He's come alive here in the third quarter for Beasts of the East. Everybody really stepping up here for this Beasts of the East squad, and Coach Todd Britton has been very happy with his kids. And there's a bucket for DJ Wagner as the OGs get some points back. And Beasts of the East will take their time out here. 49-43, Beasts of the East out in front.
Wow. What a game we got here right now. I mean, we saw there, Originators playing great right now. Beasts of the East, though, they're answering everything. They're running the floor. This game's back and forth right now. Nobody's getting stopped. It's kind of like a dunk contest / block contest we got going right now.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's been an absolutely crazy game so far, and I kind of pose a question, but I can't think of the right words for it. But
that's how we're all feeling tonight, B-Ron.
Yeah. But let's go over to sideline reporter Yells. He has some things for us. Yells, what you got?
Well, I had a chance to sit in the huddle, as I always do. Coach Dodge telling her squad, hey, we're bigger, we're stronger. Slow down, back these guys down, and go to work on them. They don't have the size to contend with us, but as we see, BCEs have been forcing the tempo and not allowing them the chance to do so. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Yells. Appreciate that. And what do you guys think about that? Those comments from Coach Dawes. Rick, I'll leave it to you first.
Yeah, I think Yells had to clean up a lot of that. I think Coach Dawes used a lot of four-letter words in those sentences. I think this is a very PG version Yells had to put on the camera. So good job by Yells by interpreting what Coach Dawes meant.
And Sam, what do you think about those comments there from Coach Dodge?
Hey, Rick's definitely right. There's definitely some censoring going on there. But, yeah, I completely agree. They got the size advantage. They definitely got the strength advantage. And we see it right here with Ilgauskas finishing at the rim. I think they really got to exploit that a lot more.
And I agree. I agree as well. That they need to go to that more. I think that's going to be where their advantage is, maybe their biggest advantage, no pun intended. I lied, pun intended there, right? For sure. Back to Jones, grabs the board, and Snyder with it over Wagner being doubled. Way to react to it quickly, though. Love to see those kinds of reactions to double team. Gotta see him quickly and read him quickly, and he did there. Loftus for
great job to
three.
rotate, but right there, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Kadarius Loftus for three. He's the best shooter here for this Originators team, shooting 58% from three on the year. That's insane.
Yeah, it is absolutely insane. And keep in mind, folks, this is your first time joining us. These are NBA level distance three-pointer that these kids are shooting. So to see them do it at this age is insane. And to shoot at that high a clip is insane as well. That efficiency. Corner three ball, no good.
Maybe wrong. Like you said, the NBA three-point line. We're trying to prep these guys for what's to come, the next level. These are the best of the best we got at the prep level here in all-in-one league. So the fact that these guys are coming out here, they're hitting these threes from this range, I think it shows you the evolution of the game right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. As a reminder, again, for those of you just joining us for the first time, this is a league full of 15 to 17-year-old kids. And if they are shooting NBA level threes like this, man, the future is bright and probably a little bit scary in terms of talent. You know what I mean? Great move inside there. 11 color. As the OGs are forced to take a timeout of their own here. 51-48. We're going to take a quick break here. Final 2:09 of the third quarter. And when we return. Welcome back, everyone. 2:09 to go here in the third quarter. 51-48. Beast of the East out in front. And guys, where have you seen the biggest advantage for both of these teams so far? And this one, Sam, I'll lead to you.
Oh, for Beast of the East so far, it's been the fact that they've been able to run the break. 13-2 advantage, fast break points. So, I mean, we're seeing it. They're running the floor, and when they do run the floor, they're succeeding.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Rick, what about you?
Not only that, but they've dropped 16 dimes. So they sharing the sugar, as we would say, to get everybody involved, and it's working.
Speaking of sugar, Rick, oh my God. Post move there from Levin Cutler.
Yeah, pretty post move from Cutler, getting himself some more points, and those two things are absolutely crucial in any game, really. Is a pretty floater from Kamari Ward there. He's really stepped up and been a huge emphasis point for the OGs in this one. My goodness!
Hey, I think Brody Redmond is thankful he got a foul call there, because that would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, that is a volleyball spike kind of block there from Tyrone Snyder. You see Coach Dodge there on the sideline, unfazed, and maybe a little unimpressed by the block from Snyder. Probably because she's seen him do a lot of that this season.
Hey, the block don't matter when there's a foul call, B-Ron.
Yeah, right, absolutely. So probably not happy about the foul being called.
Yeah.
More so than anything else. Redmond sinks his first free throw. It's 54-50. Beast of the East lead. Final 106 to go here in the quarter. And man,
they need Brody Redmond to get going here in the second half. He wasn't able to in the first half, and he is the leading scorer for him. So he's got to get going here in the second if they want a chance to go to the championship game.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get him going. And Rick, how do you go about getting Redmond going if you're Coach Todd Drayton?
I don't think it's that much of a concern. Let me pause for station identification.
Maverick
Okay, now I'm back. I don't think it's that much of a concern. I think Redmond has to get it within the flow of the offense. Your team is winning. They're playing well. You don't want to just force somebody the ball just because it's been a while since he touched it. I think they playing with this team concept, and who's ever hot right now, they got that kind of team. They're going to roll. Oh, got it. In the mix. Put him in the mix right there.
I think you're right there, Rick. Is when you try to force something to happen, most times it doesn't work. That goes for anything in life, and I think it can be true in basketball. You don't want to force shots or anything like that. That just leads to a lot more problems. Final 10 of the quarter here, and a block from Snyder, I think.
That was a tough shot. That was a tough shot.
Tough shot. They're going to see one here, I'd imagine. Got it off, but after the buzzer,
I don't think he got that off in time.
No, I don't think he got it in time either.
That's good. That's good money. That's good money, though.
57-52. Final 8 minutes are coming up. BC East out in front. Welcome back, everyone. 57-52. You know what time it is, though. Put those fours up, folks, because it is fourth quarter time. It's time to see who is going to go on to face Southeast Select in the Race to One championship on the Legacy Conference. Is it going to be the Originators or is it going to be Beasts of the East? 8 minutes will settle the score. Gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, B-Bron. One of those answers you can't be wrong about. You're going to be right about something tonight.
Yeah, hey, man, you're right. Absolutely right. Look, I picked them. I picked them once my pick, Rocky Mountain, went out. I picked Beasts of the East to both go to the championship and win it. So, yeah, we shall
you guys
see how
are
that
both
works out
on a
for me.
different side of things than me. I had Originators in this one, and they're just not coming through for me here.
Well, there's still plenty of time left.
That's because Sullivan is your hero, Sam. You already told me.
It's because I'm not B. Ron Stradamus. That's why.
Not me or Rick Blaze, because Rick Blaze, you've been on fire with the picks here lately, my friend.
Yeah, my name ain't Rick Cole.
You know what? You're not wrong. Not wrong. Not wrong with that one, man. Not at all. Not at all. But
cool.
The OGs are gonna have to come out firing here in the fourth quarter to have a chance here in this. And I think during the break, during the quarter break here, I think we saw a little something there from the Beasts of the East sideline. Did either of you catch what it was?
Oh yeah, they had
a
little verbal altercation going on over there. That happens from time to time, though, especially in a game like this with the stakes that are on the line. So, I mean, that happens here in basketball. You understand a lot. Sometimes those things can bring a team together. So we'll see how it goes. Either they're gonna die to the controversy or they're gonna excel. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how that goes. And there is
a big shot.
Leonidas, right? Big shot from him. And that one to fall in. Rick, what do you think about those kind of altercations happening? I know it's not a big deal right now. Obviously, we're not going to make it one, but you know those kinds of things could have an impact, for better or worse.
Yeah.
Like Sam said.
Yeah, I know the intensity is high. I think it's kind of weird that it's happening on the winning team side, though. That's the part that's a little weird. Like, you know, these boys have a chance of going to the championship game. They're 6 minutes away from getting this done. The fact that their side of the team is fighting, it's kind of or not fighting, but not in good spirits with each other. You know, that's kind of weird too.
At least they care, though, Rick. At least they're still going at it. You know,
but they care about what? They care about
who
what?
knows? Kadarius Loftus, he cares about knocking down 3-pointers.
Yeah, DJ Wagner is not on the floor for the Originators right now.
He's checking in right
now.
It
looks like he's getting ready to check back in though as he comes to the bench.
He better hurry the hell up. Better hurry the hell up.
Speaking of checking in for Reed Redmond, like I said, he's starting to get things going here in the fourth. God, I wish he could do this in the first 3 quarters, but he's doing it here in the fourth. He's been clutch and he's turning up here.
Yeah, he sure is getting things going here, and they're going to need him in this fourth quarter. No one's been more clutch than Reed Redmond. There's a big block. Another one. Back-to-back block. Give me that.
That boy's playing pretty pat with his basketball.
No, guys. JoJo Gurney not allowed anything either. It's Victorious Ilgauskas right back at him, sending it into the wall here at the SimWorld Sports Arena.
Man, I think he gave him a look when he sent it into the wall there. Did you see that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is getting crazy out here.
You're looking at the wrong person. He'd be looking at Levin, who blocked his last 2 shot attempts.
JoJo Kearney right now. JoJo Kearney right now doesn't care what type of size advantage. Oh
wow.
Okay, I'm gonna block you. Oh no, it's a charge there on Leonidas right.
Charge on Leonidas right. Going back to the OGs, and that's big for them right now. They have
a huge turnover.
They haven't really looked good, in my opinion, to begin the fourth quarter. So this could do them a lot of favors, personally. Amari Ward and hey man, what else gonna go in?
Ward. He's remaining aggressive here. I love that for him, for the OGs here. But nobody else on the team is really taking the same kind of initiative. No one else is trying to get going. No one else is being as aggressive as someone like Kamari Ward is tonight. So they got to get going. I mean, the strength advantage that Ilgauskas has on Kearney down there isn't even panning out. Kearney's sending everything back tonight.
Yeah, but DJ's about to check back in, so they're about to try to get full strength ahead for this last 450.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Dodge, Wagner isn't leaving the floor the rest of the game. Nor, honestly, is Kamari Ward, I don't think. I don't think either of those two kids will leave the floor the rest of the game.
Agreed.
My personal opinion.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, they got to have the best of the best who's performing here tonight in the game here down the stretch. I mean, all the chips are on the line here. Everyone's got to be playing hard, and whoever's playing the best got to get them on the floor.
Exactly. Bring all your best for the last 4 minutes of this one, because like we've said, it's win or go home at this point. I mean, it's always been always about the race to one, but especially now,
oh my God.
three from Fareed Redmond.
Has Fareed Redmond even been crying all game? I mean, it seems like the fourth quarter hits and he comes out and just says, all right, I'm going to play now, and turns it up to a different level.
It's raining threes. Hallelujah, it's raining threes. It just raining threes for Fareed Redmond come fourth quarter. Still, 2-11 in progress, guys. That's a 2-11 in progress.
Much like another player who hits a lot of big threes, Trey Turner. We saw him come alive in the fourth quarter of their win over APAC earlier today. And they're going on to the Race 1 Championship. One of these two teams is going to do it as well. Yeah, poor possession there. Beats to the East up by 10. OGs are not looking great, but that's going to be a good start for them, hopefully, as Kamari Ward continues to get active in this game.
Yeah, whatever Kamari Ward got in his water bottle, put it in everyone else's. He's turning up here tonight.
Oh, got him.
Beautiful move there from Redmond. I think it's 9 points for him in the quarter so far. He certainly has come alive in the fourth quarter, gentlemen.
Oh yeah, you almost feel like an extra sense of assuredness from him. He is really confident out there. You can see it in the way he's playing. He's turning it up here in the fourth quarter, and it's working out for Beast East. They got a 10-point lead here.
Wagner's for three. Good!
Oh, Snyder.
Oh, it's a two. Deep two.
Away from
it's
the ball,
going to count. No. They take a quick break. Come right back. .304 left here in this one. 71-63. Bees of the East out in front, and it hasn't been a great start to the quarter for the OGs. And now that we're almost down to the to the end of things here, it's going to be more important for them to start to get going. But it's still a 10-point lead again as Levin Collar gets that one to fall.
I mean, what are you supposed to do when Levin Collar's hitting post fadeaways like that? Fareed Redmond's hooping here in the fourth. Maybe Jared Quinney from three is the answer.
Ice cream man. Mr. Ice cream man.
Yeah, maybe Quinney is the answer, and I feel like Wagner's going to need some help from a lot of the players around him. And tell us, how do you go about getting Wagner involved, but also the other players around Wagner to get involved? Because I'm confident he can do it himself, but you don't want to have to lean all on him if you don't have to, if you understand. That makes sense?
Hey, I think the difference here tonight has been the ball movement from Beast to the East. They've been getting everyone involved, or at least trying to. And for OGs, it's kind of been the opposite. They have not been moving the ball very well. And we can see the result because guys like DJ Wagner aren't getting open shots. And they need to set more off-ball screens, get their shooters open, try to get something going on the perimeter. The inside game is being shut down right now by No Kearney.
Yeah, it most definitely has, and that is a area of concern for me if I'm Coach Dodge. Rick, how do you go about trying to counter to that?
Well, you want to first of all, Wagner has to stay on the court for the rest of the game. That's first things first. And you're gonna need your guys to step up. They need some defensive stops. They haven't been able to stop Beast of the East when they need to the most. They need to get some. They need to put 2 or 3 stops together, and then let Kamari Ward or DJ Wagner cook.
Well, they got one stop right there. We'll see how this possession goes. They did get one of those stops they need. Ward has it at the top of the perimeter. Take it inside, but gets rejected by who else at this point? No. JoJo Kearney. Porter attacking and somehow through traffic gets the shot to go in the tall tree. Not
if
afraid.
The Originators are not going to get any stops. It doesn't matter what they do offensively because they're just letting Beast East answer every time, so the deficit's not shrinking at all.
Wagner for 3. No good. Great effort rebound there as well. Staying with it, hustle play. Need a lot of those down the stretch here. 1:30 to go. And guys, it's looking like it's might be seeing Beast of the East face Southeast Select here in the championship on Saturday.
It's looking like it. I mean, we got a minute and a half left. Anything could happen, but it's looking like Beast of the East are pretty much in control. But oh my God!
That's game. It's too late for all that.
Phenomenal block there.
They ain't got unless Sim World Prep got some 10-point plays I don't know about.
No, to my knowledge, I don't think there's any of those. Not yet, anyway. Maybe it's a slam ball thing. I don't know.
Okay, that's all right.
Well, we got 1:10 seconds. Attacking again, and another bucket.
Ice on the cake. What's a wrap?
Isaiah Thomas. You heard that, right?
Hey, might as well be tonight. I mean, he played great defense and then did what he had to do offensively. Isaiah James played great for Beast of the Eastern tonight. The whole team played great. JoJo Kearney been dominating down there and controlling the games. He's got to be my player of the game here tonight.
He's had a phenomenal playoff race to 1 run performance. Rick, who's your player of the game?
You know what? I'm not mad at JoJo Kearney. I think he set the tone defensively. Got the rebounds. I mean, he made a worksman game, and he did his part and then some. JoJo Kearney, I'm cool with that.
See, I want to be different just for the sake of it, but I can't. So I'm also gonna agree with you guys. And say JoJo. Look, man. Look, I'm not going to lie to myself. I can't do it. JoJo Kearney's gonna get the Player of the Game award from all of us. Triple Stack here award. And Beast of the East will be advancing to the Race to 1 Championship Finals on Saturday to play Southeast Select. A phenomenal win from them, taking out the 3 seed here as the 4 seed. The number 1 seed will play the 4 seed on Saturday to see who's going to be the Race to 1 champion. Come back for that one on Saturday, folks. For everyone here at Sim World TV, I am B-Ron, then Sam, Rick Blaze, 1 o'clock on Saturday. We'll see the Race 1 Championship between Beast of the East and Southeast Select. Until then, you guys, remember, Sim World is the only place where you can see the game and be the game. We'll see you all on Saturday.